Okay, yes, I, Turple Lamp Shady Daggers, have been gone for... Oh. Uh-oh. But it was for reasons. I had my first heartbreak, I had to go to Vancouver to get my leg removed, and, couldn't get the confidence to finish a video. But I made this video, hopefully, and this has been in the oven for about as long as I've been gone. So, here we are. The newest episode of Turple Dagger's Design Deconstruction. Hope you enjoy. Today is about one of my personal favorites, Darkcloud. This little gem of a game was released for the PS2 and combined its Zelda with survival mechanics and city building. It's pretty cool. Imagine it like when Link gets to Death Mountain, Goron Village is completely gone, but the more you explore the dungeon, you find more of the village and you can rebuild it. And there's like a thirst meter and like weapon durability and all that stuff. I actually have a little history with this series. I drew the character Shao a couple times. I have one of the images on the shirt. I'm actually wearing the shirt right now, a little off script. I'm wearing that shirt as we're recording right now. It's pretty cool. And if you search up Shao Darkcloud and scroll down, you'll find my drawings. So, pretty epic, guys. She may be another video soon, but there is one comment on one of the Shao posts I posted on reddit.com that has haunted me for 2 years. So, be said Arox X, I hope I pronounced that right, on reddit.com, this one is for you, buddy. Ruby is one of 6 playable characters in Darkcloud, and the 4th to join the team. She plays the cast mage as well as the hot older crush dynamic. It's not exactly a femme fatale, and I don't think MILF really works here either, so I don't know what to label her, but she's hot, and it's not a lamp is weird kind of thing, like it usually is. People in the game say it too, so shut up. There, unfortunately, isn't an in-depth lore wiki on Ruby's sleep patterns and religious beliefs, so we gotta take what we have, and maybe just sprinkle in some headcanon. So the official manual says as follows.
Hi, everybody. Future me here. Turns out I made an oopsie. The actual thing the manual says is Ruby is a genie, fresh out of a magic lamp. Ruby attacks with a variety of magic rings. The information I got was from a website that did not source where it got that statement from, and I apologize. But I can assure you, I played through the game. The statement isn't false, it's just not in the manual. Okay. I hope you're having a good day, man. I'm sorry it's been a while. Videos are hard and I had to like record stuff and work and stuff. But okay, bye.
Ruby is King's wife, and King, his men, and Jack are afraid of Ruby. So not exactly Dagothur level stuff. Also, King is referred to as the King of Queens, and that is annoying as shit, but I digress. Stuff the manual does not touch upon is that Ruby is very flirtatious and uses her looks to get away with a whole bunch of shenanigans. She's rather high maintenance, snooty, a little tomboyish, sarcastic, and many of King's men are not just scared of her, but absolutely fear her temper. Angering her is akin to death. But a head canonical plot twist appears. It seems the fear towards Ruby, and a lot of Ruby's personal anger and angst, seems to come from the fact that her marriage to King seems to be forced, and also she's just a little mean in general, and Ruby is not happy about that, obviously.
Hi, second clarification. I just wanted to say that rewatching the cutscenes of Ruby and King, it seems more that Ruby just enjoys torturing the guys and they want her out because she's just been torturing. Why she tortures them, I still think is just that's because she's just a little mean and she's not particularly happy being with the guys she's with. I don't know. They don't even explain how they got married, I'm pretty sure, unless I missed that. And I just thought it was funny because there's like a weird implication with that one "how can I serve you, darling" moment where it's implied that she like fucks them and it gets to the point where they're painful. It's just to a point where it's painful. I think that's funny. But other than that, everything else I say in the videos, like I'm pretty agree with. It's just I don't think she's as upset as I thought she was. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to do any more of these. Bye.
It also turns out that Ruby is a genie, like the villain. You didn't know. I didn't tell you. But the villain of the game is also a genie called the Dark Genie, and that's why she joins the group in the first place, because she's like, dude, he's giving genies a bad name. I gotta stop him before everyone becomes genie racist. That's basically it. Anyway, the King of Queens got a hold of her lamp, not me, and it's implied that that's the only reason they've married, Aladdin rules and such. This video was actually one of the hardest I've ever made, taking like, 8 months, as I went through 3 different designs before reaching one I actually thought was good. And if I could part a lesson to anyone wanting to do something similar to this, the vibe the character gives off is so much more important than actually trying to capture what the original has. So let's get into the nitty gritty. The most difficult thing about Ruby is that she unfortunately looks like another purple-haired genie named Shantae. This is the thing that has stumped me for so long. How do I make a Ruby that doesn't just look like a knockoff Shantae, even though Ruby came out first? The first attempt looked more of an alternate skin than an actual redesign. It kept too much of the original, and just like, I don't know what I was doing with these shoulder circles. There was too much focus on making an exotic looking costume more than why Ruby as a character would be wearing something like this, what it conveys about her character, which are 2 things you must keep in mind when designing. For example, Cloud Strife could have used any sword in the world, but they chose the Buster Sword because it legitimized him as a professional. Someone of his size wouldn't be wielding a sword that big unless he knew how to use it. Unless he was a first-class soldier. And because the sword pushes your belief in his skill, the twists of Final Fantasy VII hit that much harder. This design has too much unnecessary clutter, and I, in my professional opinion, give it a stinky. The second design was a step in the right direction, trying to actually give my own take on the design rather than rehashing the original. I am a big fan of big pants, and this was also the beginning of me trying to take shape language more seriously, which is why I wanted the big gauntlets to emphasize her hands, because that's where her little magic bolts come from. But alas, this isn't perfect. In order to get away from Shantae, I wanted to remove the red from the design, as red and purple are 2 big colors that are also associated with Shantae. But unfortunately, with that subtraction, the vibe of Ruby changed. Red has a couple of meanings: anger, blood, danger, but it also is a color for sexual attraction. And as we stated up top, Ruby is meant to be seen as incredibly attractive and incredibly angry. With red being removed from the design, plus me drawing her features a little too soft and rounded, this design does not give up the vibe we want it to, resulting in a laid-back, more childish Ruby. Not what we want from this design. And with that, the design we are gonna end off with, my final design as of now, is this. Your first thought when seeing this is probably, wow, Lamp, you're so much better at drawing now. And I'd like to say thank you. I know, I'm great. The follow-up would be, why did you land on this design? Well, after being in an 8-month art block, I decided to reevaluate how I was going to approach drawing, and I realized something. That I can't be embarrassed to draw what I want to draw. Which seems simple, but I think as a singer or a voice actor needs to get used to listening to their own voice to start improving, a visual artist needs to listen to their own voice as well to improve. And I think the thing that was holding me back was twofold. One, as previously stated, I didn't want to let go of the original design, but if you're designing your own character, there is no original design, and what's the point of this series? If I'm just talking about rehashing old designs, this isn't Turple Dagger's design reevaluation. So I started from scratch. Second was, I was afraid to listen to my own voice. I was afraid of making something people would not like. And this has happened a couple of times to me while making art, where pendulum swings really far and I feel like I shouldn't have anything in my art that could upset people, no matter how tame and mundane it is. For example, I was in an art Discord when I was a lad that made fun of me for using soft brushes, and I felt ashamed, and I was convinced using soft brushes made me less of an artist. But now, fuck 'em. The most important thing you need when designing is drawing what you like, because your art is for you. And that's a pretty big thing I learned while working on this video, and also that sometimes shit takes like a fucking million years and you're gonna have to just be miserable until it's done. All that to say is I put a giant hole in her pants and you can see her underwear now. Why? 'Cause it's awesome. I also think such a bold choice in outfit signifies both her confidence in her body, which relates to her using her attractiveness to get what she wants, and it keeps the red, while making it less Shantae. Most of the changes were to add the missing maturity aspect of her character from the previous designs. I feel now she looks older with more pointed chin. I also added a lot more triangles into her design to make her seem more mysterious and unpredictable. Triangles representing those things in shape language. One thing I think I changed for the better is her little crystal hair clip on her head. In the game, every character can have one of 5 elements attached to their weapon: fire, ice, thunder, wind, and holy. Another thing is that every character has a special dungeon puzzle tile that applies to them. One can hit a switch with a big hammer, one can jump over large gaps in the floor. Ruby's is one of the more unique ones. There's a locked door that will appear on your floor of the dungeon that has a crystal from one of 5 colors, and you can probably make the connection. Ruby's little magic projectiles have to match the same color as the door crystal. You shoot it, and it opens. The issue I kept having in the game is that I would forget which element I had equipped. I would need to use an attack to see which one I had. And I didn't want to use the menu, because the menu in this game is a little stupid, it's a little unnecessarily complicated, and using said attack would drain my durability. So I replaced the ring for a jeweled hair clip, which would change color depending on what element you would have equipped, not needing to use an attack to determine which elements you needed. I can hear a discussion happening about Darkcloud being rated T, and isn't this a bit too explicit for a game like this? My response is both Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Final Fantasy X are also rated teen, and I feel like my designs aren't that far off from theirs, so I think we're in the clear. If not, I'll give her spats instead or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. New videos coming out soonish, maybe. I don't know. Bye-bye!